Hi, my name is GMO and this is my presentation, Should GMO Foods Be Labeled? In this presentation, I'm not going to be pro or con for labeling, but just to fill you in on some facts. Hi, my name is GMO. So what is a GMO? GMO stands for Genetically Modified Organism. This involves inserting genes from one species to another. Some technologies used for some of these crops include, but are not limited to, herbicide-resistant plants, such as inserting genes into corn for herbicide resistance, and for disease resistancy, such as in chestnut trees against fungi. So what is a GMO? GMO stands From the mid-1990s, the world has seen a lot of benefits from using GMOs. This has been an increase in yield for many crops while decreasing inputs. These inputs, such as fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides, and for tilling and plowing fields, has drastically decreased. This, in turn, raises the incomes of farmers, increases food availability to compensate for world population growth, at the same time as protecting crops from diseases, pests, and other things. The world has also seen benefits from GMOs in the form of helping combat malnutrition. One of the most notable nutritional gaps filled is the beta-carotene-filled golden rice seen in the South Pacific. This transgenic crop was able to produce more nutrients available in this crop than in traditionally grown rice. Now this technology can be achieved by inserting genes from other species, but it can also be achieved by inserting genes from the same species by using conventional breeding as well. This is seen in the sweet potato in South Africa. And these help battle nutritional derived diseases that mostly affect children worldwide, such as blindness and other nutritional derived diseases. Since the beginning use of GMOs, there have been a lot of health concerns over the use of them. These concerns have been that there is a higher rate of cancer due to ingesting these GMOs, that there are congenital defects associated with the chemicals used with these crops, and that these crops, if put in the food supply, can lead to allergies and digestive disorders and many other things. Current GMO labeling laws vary per country. Currently, it is the standard system used in the European Union, whereas the U.S. government has not yet standardized a labeling system, but is in the process of. Individual states have started to create their own labeling laws. Vermont, which was effective July 1st of 2016, has implemented a system. Maine and Connecticut have not yet started. California, Colorado, Washington, and Oregon are in the process of voting on these. A major concern when considering establishing labeling laws for GMOs is the cost of the labeling. Many countries that have already had implemented labeling laws, such as the European Union, Japan, Australia, and New Zealand, saw a decrease in GMO products in retail stores due to the cost. Now, these costs could be derived from the cost of relabeling, making new labels, the cost of the ingredients, and the cost of segregating and testing the GMO versus the non-GMO. This would also result in a major loss in income for farmers due to the drop in demand for the ingredients. There would also be a heavy cost for enforcing these new laws that would probably fall on the consumer. Estimated costs could be more than 1 cent per day per customer, according to labelgmos.org. but no estimates from U.S. officials have been released yet. The rallying cry behind the GMO labeling laws is giving the customer the right to know. This allows the customer the right to purchase or not to purchase a food derived from GMOs. This also would help provide insight into whether or not this creates consumer apprehension on knowing if the product is containing GMOs. However, before this is implemented, education for the consumers should be necessary on whether or not the GMOs in the food would be dangerous and cause health concerns. However, there can be risks with establishing these labeling laws. In the U.S., there are currently laws that already allow for organic and non-GMO labels. This already gives consumers the knowledge that the products that they choose to buy with these labels already do not contain GMOs. These labeling laws could also increase consumer apprehension on buying the products. And these labels could also cause further alarm for health concerns. Ultimately, there should be alternatives to these laws that may be the best choice. These could be maintaining current volunteer laws on allowing for non-GMO and organic labeling instead of just making the GMO-containing labels. It would also be beneficial for the government to encourage the organic and non-GMO labels as well. And, if possible, allow for voluntarily labeling products that say may contain GMOs, such as Campbell's.